Brian McShane, and I'm going to set out and explore the most uninteresting places on Earth, where having the right survivor skills can make the difference between life or crying to your bitch wife. Staying alive in these wastelands depends on a few essentials. First, I must find my bearings. Secondly, plan a way out. And thirdly, get the show on the road. I'll find water and food, and make a shelter and fire, and make my way out alive. I am Brian the Adventurer.
I'm Brian McShane, Adventure Extraordinaire. Today we are in middle Michigan. This time it's the winter. I'm up for an adventure. As always, my camera crew is coming with me.
Cold to the touch. Everything around me is covered in frozen water. This time of the year in Michigan, it snows. And because of such dangerous conditions, I brought a few survival essentials with me. A gun, extra water, and some spiced rum for extra motivation. It's not too far into my adventure, and I've already found signs of life.
These tracks, well, I'm not exactly sure what these are tracks of, possibly cantaloupe tracks. See, the cantaloupe migrate north during the winter time to graze on snow. They say that the journey of 10,000 steps always begins with step one. Right now I believe I'm on step 268, 9, 70.
This terrain is typically very hilly, littered with small trees and scrub brush. It's a good place to be from, but not a good place to be.
This appears to be the fishnet stockings of a giant burlesque dancer. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh, would you look at that? There are many predatory animals that reside in the wintry lands of Michigan. It might be best to cover my tracks. I learned this trick from 101 Dalmatians. When Cruella de Vil is on your case, don't buy a can of mace, you need a giant burlesque dancer's hair net. Or leg net, maybe hair net for the legs. A lot of them are French. It now appears that I have found the field of dreams. Now you see me. Now you don't.
Martin Luther King once had a dream. Now I have a field of them. But don't get too excited. Last year a family got lost in a field just like this one and were trapped for days. They had to resort to cannibalism, adultery and drug abuse. Now I too have found myself lost.
As quickly as this field was built of dreams, it's quickly becoming my field of nightmares. Damn you, field of dreams! For several hundred years, the indigenous peoples of these lands hunted, gathered their way to survival. This appears to be some shaft of wood with a sharpened arrowhead, possibly from the Mohawk tribe. You can see right here. How fortunate. My circular journey of survival has found an apex in which I can build a camp. Down here at the bottom of this hill. It's going to provide me with wind resistance and other things.
This is the perfect spot to stop and make camp. Camping, camping, camping. Oh, how I love camping.
Just want to take a moment and reflect on this. I'm going to be here for a while. The Swedish were actually the first to create the snowman. The Dutch were the first ones to make it equal rights to have a snow woman. The difference between a snowman and a snow woman is ultimately snowballs.
Now that I've disposed of Jack Frost's little bastard child, I can look for firewood. Now, wood can be easy to find if you know where to look. This is the Michigan deadwood tree. It's no larger than about this tall. Only an expert can find these.
And as they say, nature happens.
Building a magnificent fire in the winter sometimes can be difficult. When matches and lighters fail, nature always provides an answer.
Here we go. I have made fire.
What good is a fire unless you have something good to cook over it? I am fortunate enough to be a direct descendant from Sitting Bull, and I'm going to do this the hard way and make a bow and arrow. For the use of my rifle could get me into trouble with the law for poaching yet again. Making a bow can be easy, if you're me, and it only takes a matter of minutes to assemble. In Michigan, there's plenty of game that can be settled. In Michigan, there's plenty of game that can be tackled with a bow like this. If you are patient and keep your eyes sharp, hunting can be easy.
Now this bow can actually deliver enough force to take down a full-grown reindeer. Look, there's a squirrel right there. Rifle. Really? A third fucking cameraman in the Who put him in the fucking tree? Was that you? Are you responsible for this? I'm docking your pay.
Who the fucking clips on that gun?
I buried the gun.
You're carrying the gun.
I'll bury it later.
With the unexpected failure of my hunting, it was important to drink warm water to keep my body healthy.
And it tastes ashy with notes of dysentery. If I die out here, the preservatives and these heavily processed food will surely keep my body intact, lessening the decomposition and heightening my chances of identification. It's kind of a morbid thought, but you know, we can rejoice. I have a cornucopia of moderately processed sustenance right here. It's a hobo's wet dream.
There's nothing more warming to the soul than food cooking over a hot fire. It's nice to get a chance to relax and show you the rest of my survival kit. Having a pre-prepared kit like this can mean the difference between life and certain death.
Compass, never lose my bearing. Pornography, always a must for those lonely cold nights. Old cell phone, just for memories mostly. Durex pleasure foam. The tips to some darts. Crushed red pepper by the masses. What is this? This is a comprehensive list of all the women that I've slept with. I'm not exactly sure how that got in there. If there's one thing that Smokey the Bear has taught us over the years, it's to never leave a fire unattended.
There is no time to waste when surviving, so I left the fire burning and pushed forward. I have a long way to go.
Ah! Traditionally, Mother Nature has always been a thorn in my side, and I quite feel like it's coming back for a vengeance. Something in my pants due to that last spill. Oh, look at that. Mother Nature put that in my ass. Directly behind me stands a bridge. A natural bridge, if you would, possibly made by magic, though.
Of course I believe in magic. It's just something I believe in.
When stranded in the wilderness, walking alone amongst the trees in the forest, there's only one real surefire way to know exactly where you've been. You're gonna have to leave a path.
Leaving this trail of timber sticks will ensure my path in the snow.
Dirty tree. Dirty, sexy tree. You know, this tree reminds me of when I was in elementary school. He was working 80 hours a week to bring home a sack of potatoes. It's quite similar. It's a cousin actually of this one. This is a maple. Ravaged by the storms of Michigan, ravaged in the winds of time. It's things like this that bring me back to my childhood just for a second. It gives me the will to survive. You know, what do they say? Once you go black, you never go back. Once you go white, you go running back to black. Oh geez, look at this.
Small creeks and ponds like this one are scattered all over Michigan. It reminds me of a Laserdisc video Al Gore once gave me. This is his proof.
Global warming.
What's a stick?
Seedless grapes. How about seedless weed?
Sometimes there comes a point in your quest of survival where you just need to take a quick break to release your frustrations.
So, just like the great prophet Zach De La Rocha says, what better place than here? What better time than now?
I shall show you how to build a shelter in which you may have a siesta.
Alright, see what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to put my hands firmly into the snow. I'm going to bring them together as if I was playing an accordion. Just like that. Boom. And that's called packing snow, as I like to call it, making lemonade. Now let's make lemonade. Eventually the weight gets larger and larger, like a black hole sucking everything in towards it with its own gravity. Kind of like your mother.
In a matter of minutes, I've assembled a basic shelter. Snow is a good insulator and is abundant this time of year. The perfect shelter material.
And why would I really want to spend time on the wet, cold ground? I mean, modern science has proved that heat does in fact rise. So, just gonna have a little bit of leisure time. Privacy.
I'm on the move again, and my pickup point is getting close, but there's always time to admire nature. Before I conclude my adventure, there's one more thing I must do, and in no time, I found the perfect drop-off.
Like the pop sensations of the 50s, they had very catchy things. One of my favorite mottos that I learned to live by was take out the paper or the trash, or you get no spending cash. Well, it's time to do that today. So I guess there's a camera job open. You think you're qualified?
The sun is going down, and nightfall is falling upon us as I race to the end of my journey. I had a great time, yes, just like I did with your mother.
And now my friends come to pick me up in my Subaru. It's time to rock out. We had an amazing adventure. Until next time, I love you. Whoa! Bye-bye!
The economic disparity in Michigan is bleak. Financial crisis is striking everywhere. Schools out of business, businesses out of business. You as an unemployed individual have but one choice to make. Would you like to win some money? I'm just joking. Really what you need to do is let me know what you want me to go adventure next. That means send me your videos. Let me know where to go. Until next time, this is Brian the Adventurer. Michigan sucks.